Welcome back. In this video, we look to explain a little more about the V2 Profile Pack update. Something that you will notice is the Link app now asks you to select a density tube. I think the best starting point is beginning with why we have made this change. Well, for starters, we are always looking to improve on the Link. It has been our goal to work towards creating a volume by weight density tube that will allow us to do green coffee readings for users who may only have 50 grams of coffee they want to roast. Currently, we can't get a reading unless we have 80 grams. But in this development process, we hit a hurdle and soon realized that we first needed to redesign the thickness of the internal walls of the existing tube to allow for the eventual customization of a smaller version. This means that early adopters of the Link have what is called the V1 tube, and new clients will start to have what we call the V2. Rest assured that both do the same job and will get either V1 or V2 tube users to the exact same solution when the app is notified of which version you have done the reading with. Making this selection when doing a new sample entry allows our profile selector algorithm to factor in the details of your density entry in order to draw from the correct solution recommendation. So how do you tell the difference of what is V1 and what is V2 in order to make the right selection? Well, visually, you will notice that both versions look identical. Both are made from titanium alloy, and both also share the exact same dimensions externally. But there is a key identifier for each. The best way to differentiate is by the weight of the tube with the lid on. So grab your scale and let's get weighing. We notice that the V1 tube with the thicker internal walls with the lid on will have a weight range of 58 to 64 grams. Where the new V2 tube, which we know has thinner internal walls, has a typical weight range of 50 to 54 grams when the same measurement is done. The difference in this weight will allow you to know which tube you have received with your Link. Although the internal difference is only very small, the reading from each tube can vary by around 2 grams in weight between the V1 and V2 tubes. To show this, I have selected the same green coffee, and we are going to do a density reading with both tubes. Starting with the V1 reading, we will notice that this comes in at 62.8. Now let's place that coffee back into the dosing cup. Let's grab the V2 tube and tear that one off. And we will repeat the same process to get the volume by weight reading for this tube with the same coffee. We notice this reading comes in at 64.9. Making it quite obvious that the V2 tube allows for slightly more coffee to fit in the tube when doing our reading with the exact same coffee. It is clear that there is a notable discrepancy between the two readings, so we updated the app to accommodate both. Now, by selecting the V1 or V2 option of which tube was used, this will be factored into the reading. Combining this reference with the other two data points required will allow the app to recommend the exact same solution of which profile is best recommended to select as a starting point. Let's demonstrate this. With the V1 58 to 64 gram tube selected, then let's enter the reading that was taken of 62.8 for that tube. For this sample, we don't need to change the process from natural. And when we click Done, note that the profile suggested for the cupping profile pack is 212.5. Now let's go back and change the data selection. We will delete the previous entry and now select in the top section the V2 50 to 58 grams tube. We will then proceed to enter the volume by weight density reading of 64.9. We will leave the process as natural and again click Done. As you see here, the suggestion that the app has made for the cupping profile pack from the V2 tube entry has also taken us to the same profile recommendation of 212.5. Hopefully, this demonstration makes it clear why the change has been made and adds further clarity to the additional simple steps needed for all users to continue to get the best and most accurate profile recommendations out of the Link app. As always, happy roasting.